Good morning, Dubai, and good evening, Australia.
Are you live?
Yes, I am. I was live a few hours ago. Yeah. Did you watch the video on YouTube?
I have not had the chance.
Aha, you have no chance. You haven't watched the video. I have a very interesting video on YouTube that I have a conference.
Watch it.
I have a very good conference and waiting for the coronavirus to be lifted. I have a lot of reservations order. Yeah, I think five so far.
Madam, remember I was dealing with the seller from Ivory Coast.
Oh yeah, you're dealing with that Ivory Coast. That's why you share it with me that you have a buyer, right?
Yes.
Okay, so deal with the Ivory Coast and make sure that
No, turned out to be a retard.
Sorry?
He turned out to be a demented old circus monkey.
What do you mean? So the seller in Ivory Coast turned down your buyer, did he?
No, he's a demented old circus monkey.
What do you mean? Explain it to me.
He just canceled the deal without any explanation.
Oh, so the seller canceled the deal between your buyer from Dubai with no explanation, is it?
Yes, even after he saw proof of funds.
Or probably he's not really serious seller as well. Yeah, maybe he got the gold from the community and the community didn't agree. That is the reason why.
Yes.
There is always a story behind that. Yeah.
Yes.
So because gold is scarce at the moment, maybe this is my analysis. Because the scarcity of supply, so he go to the group of community to ask the community to have a consignment. Then maybe the community didn't agree on the consignment basis. Yeah. Maybe the community needs cash. So that is the reason. That is the 100% reason. Because the buyer using BGs and the seller in Ivory Coast thought that he could...
not using BG, no BG, no nothing, only proof of funds.
Okay, so proof of funds. So probably he didn't really get the gold from the community. That's the reason.
And then he blamed it on me. Blame it on me.
Why are you going to blame upon you?
This is what they do.
No, you should not be blamed because they haven't signed the contract, even though he see the proof of fund, but the contract was not consummated, so they don't need to blame you. Because there is no concrete transaction. Yeah. Yeah, most of the buyer they blame because they're frustrated, so they should not blame you. To me, I should not be blamed if I am on your position because there is no transaction, concrete transaction. It's only a verbal. That's only first stage communication. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, see, Mrs. Ford is really very good on analysis. When you mentioned to me about your buyer and seller in Ivory Coast. So don't worry, I said next. Simple as that, next.
Yes.
So you don't need to be worried. Tell them peace off. Excuse my language. You tell them peace off. They should not blame you because there is no contract signed. So unless if there is contract signed, then that's a time both buyers and sellers has to argue and get angry, but it's only a conversation, verbal conversation. That is the reason why I advise you do not believe on verbal. Always put that on writing. Even though in writing, sometimes the contract fail because there is always a provision. So what happened now to your buyer that using Brinks? Is that in Congo?
Yes. No, not in we are doing it out of Kimpala.
Kimpala. Okay, what did your buyer was telling you about the Brinks?
They have no problem.
Is it? Oh, that's good. So you try to double check the Brinks. Search on Kimpala if there is a Brinks in Kampala. Just type Brinks in Kimpala, then you can see. Yeah.
Yes, but I cannot find anything.
You cannot find. So probably the seller has no link on the Brinks. And how about the buyer? The buyer has link on the Brinks.
Yes.
Why the buyer wants Brinks and why the buyer doesn't provide information and why the buyer didn't put that on writing? Yeah. So that buyer is also playing games with you. He's playing games. Because to me, when buyer inquire about Brinks in Conakry, immediately I did search Conakry Brinks and I make an effort to call the Brinks in Conakry and I ask the Conakry what is the procedure. The Conakry Brinks, it says that the buyer has to have an account and they have to pay 1,250 to get the vault. Yeah, to have an account. That is normal. The buyer has to apply on that particular country. Yeah. So Brinks to Brinks. But in Conakry, we don't deal with Brinks because my seller has his own shipper and house shipping. Yeah. We ship the gold to Dubai. We ship the gold to Europe by Air France, by Emirates as well. Yeah. So any frustration that you've been dealing with your buyer, that you come to the University of Hard Knocks. You're a professor from the University of Hard Knocks.
Yes.
Okay. So what time now in Dubai?
Now, Madam, 2:38 p.m.
2:38. Here is 8:30. 8:38 in the evening, almost 9 o'clock. Muhammad Saluk Sabdin, good evening. This Muhammad Sider, he is online with me, watching the video, and Alexander Filippo. I don't know how to pronounce Alexander Filippo, and I think he's from Europe. He's based in Hong Kong, and I have he's been following me for 3 years now, 3 years or 4 years, and he's just also watching what is the news because I am the current event woman. On YouTube, I have a buyer that was impressed, and he said, "Madam, when are you going to have a live conference with your buyer? Because I am learning before I have to make a decision." I said, "Well, keep on watching, and if you want, I'm always live on Facebook. My online office opens 7 days a week. So this particular buyer in YouTube, he's learning. He will come back because it's not yet ready for the coronavirus. Everything is a lockdown. I am here just to collect the order, make a reservation. So the gold today as cider is also up again, and I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to the world market. Just bear with me. Okay. Oh, the gold is fluctuate now. It's up again. It's 17. Yep, 1731.47. In dollar term is 55,663.07. Spot price.
God, expensive.
It is. I always remind everyone, those gold trader, act now. Don't wait for someone to offer you a cheap price, because someone offer you a cheap price is to trap you. because gold is really scarce at the moment. Yeah. So that is the reason why. See, can you imagine? The price of gold now is, I think yesterday before I closed midnight, the gold was down, and then in the morning, it's a little bit increasing, and it happened. It fluctuates every minute. Just keep watching on the world market. Hmm. So that is give me the feedback on what's happening on the airlines there in Dubai. Any feedback?
Nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. So how about your Indian buyer that I rejected and then give it to you? What happened?
Oh, they are doing.
Are they good? Okay. I rejected him. I don't deal with that kind of buyer. Next, move on. Next. There's so many buyers floating around, watching who is the real supplier. Yeah. I don't chase buyers either. They just come and watch my online office, my virtual office, and read the full corporate offer. When they are ready, they just place an order. That's all it matters. So that is how it works. So any question from the University of Hard Knocks? Is there any question you want to ask on your frustration that you have been dealing with the seller in Ivory Coast?
No, the guy is bullshit.
But there is not in Ivory Coast, the gold is very limited. It's not really booming at the moment. They have gold, but it's very limited. The production is very limited. Not like in Sierra Leone, Conakry, Burkina Faso is not yet saturated, so there is a lot of production. Yeah, and that is why the refinery in Ghana, they are buying gold from different border to border. Cameroon, there's also plenty of gold, but the taxes in Cameroon is 17%. So I have a lot of sellers in Cameroon. I used to handle Cameroon, but it's really very hard because the seller doesn't know what to do. So I have no time to teach. I don't have any time. So that is why after coronavirus, my next trip would be in Mali, but most of my buyers wanted Conakry Guinea. Yeah. So this 5 contract Conakry Guinea. But I will spread the buyer to Sierra Leone as well. So I am the gateway. I am the gatekeeper. That is the reason why brokers hates my guts. Yeah. The Joker broker, they hates my guts like the Venka Dreyer and Nicholas. They're all Joker. Yeah. Move on. They are all bullshitting. Also, Reseda from Mauritius, he cannot even afford to buy a false teeth. When he opened his camera, he has no teeth. I told him, he has no teeth. Then you order, you want to buy 500 kilos, you don't know what to do. And then he goes to my page and bullshit. I said, I don't buy bullshit. You buy first the false teeth. I might believe that you can afford. He's a broker. And he's a very nasty old man. Very nasty. You wouldn't win this woman. I can sense, I can read your mind, and I can analyze the way you talk, and immediately it's a red flag to me. That is why they don't like me. Well, it's too bad if they don't like me. I didn't ask them for food. Why should I like them? If they don't like me, okay, good luck. I just have my dinner. I don't ask them for food. They ask for gold because gold is food. Gold is money. This is how it goes. So when hopefully by I think today we're June, right? July, August, probably international flight from Australia would be lifted, probably. So then that is the time I would be able to travel. So I'm gonna meet you again in Dubai. So there's a lot of buyer wanting to see me, but I only travel when the buyer is real because my services is not for free. I don't give free service. I already given free service online. I'm talking to you, it's already free service, isn't it?
Of course.
All right. So if you go to the lawyer's office and you ask for consultation, you will be paid. No such broker is explaining like this. No such broker show their face online. None whatsoever. I'm the only one. That's why they're scared with this beautiful lady. This beautiful lady is a brutal, very tough and very strict. Yeah. I was talking to the potential buyer in London, and you know what he said? I like the way you do the presentations because he doesn't have Facebook, but he always go to YouTube. And Madam, I'm really impressed of your professionalism. I said, thank you very much. But on Facebook, there's so many unprofessional, unprofessional thug. So many. And they attacked me and they copied my picture and blogged me and put nasty just like this lady from South Africa. Yeah. So that is how that they cannot measure my experience either. They cannot. So at least you learn every day. You call me and you ask from the professor of the University of Hard Knocks. All right. So thank you very much, Cedar, for your call, and we will catch up. I'm gonna close early because I have been working for a long hour. I might offline around 10 o'clock, but invisible I would be because people call me on Skype and also on WhatsApp. Yeah. And also reading some email. This morning I have 100 plus. Delete, 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 delete. They don't know how to introduce themselves. Delete, delete. Just like when you apply for a job, you have to send a letter of introductory. But these people, they don't. They hide their identity. To me, that's not the way you do business. My email, my contact is online, so people knows how to find me. So, but anyway, is that all you're gonna ask?
For now, yes, Madam. Let me just get back to this buyer and try to clear everything out, and then I will get back to you.
So when was the buyer seller tone it down? Why the seller didn't tell the buyer to proceed? What happened?
Because there's a stupid seller.
Why you say that the stupid seller? Give me a reason.
Because I put them in the group. I said, why don't you tell the buyer yourself? He said no.
Why? Maybe he sensed that the buyer is not serious.
Well, the buyer showed him proof of funds, Madam.
Oh, is it? Or even though the buyer showed the proof of fund, but the buyer is not willing to travel, or the buyer is not willing to pay to make a down payment. He has to travel to see
Seller
what.
Never asked for these things, Madam, and I tell you, the seller. I told the seller, okay, if you want to cancel the deal, tell the buyer. He said, no, you tell him.
He's a stubborn French, because he's a French guy. He's a very stubborn seller. Yeah.
Stubborn French.
Yeah. There's a good French seller because Cote d'Ivoire is a French colony, right? The French colony, Mali, Conakry, Burkina Faso, Togo, which one? Cameroon. It's a French colony. And they are a little bit stubborn, and their mindset is not really certain because they really wanted to sell faster. No, it wouldn't look like that. And it would not have a faster because you have to know the buyer and the buyer wants to know the seller. But you are acting on behalf of the seller. You should know that.
Yes.
You should know because you are working for the seller, you should know what the seller is saying. So the way the seller was saying on your group, that you said to the seller, why not tell the buyer? And your seller said, no, you have to tell the buyer. Yeah, because you are working for the seller. Like me, I am working for the seller. I have the authority to say yes or no. Yeah. Yeah. I have the authority. Instant. Because I work for the seller. So what you have to do, you do as well like that. Because the seller said, oh, you tell the buyer. So you're gonna learn how to do so. You got my point?
Yes.
All right. So I think you learned from Wilhelmina. Because to me, when the buyer talked to Wilhelmina, immediately I make a decision because I was given a full authority. Yeah. And also my conversation with the buyer, I also give it to the seller, and the seller is reading on WhatsApp. So while I'm talking to the buyer, and even though if I'm live, the seller can watch my live virtual office, and my seller can see it. And I have a secret on how my seller can view my live. Every day my seller is always live watching me in my office. So that is the reason why buyers are really cannot meet the criteria, because they're not really a serious buyer. So you got my point now, Cider? Okay. So I want you to relax. I know you have been disappointed, and I know you a little bit, you burn your fingers, but you learn from your mistake. All right. So I will leave you, and if you have any question, and if you ask my opinion, and then I'm here to assist you. I'm here to give my opinion, but I'm not here to give you my secret, because my secret is my secret. And I don't teach people. So I hope those broker that are watching my online office, I don't teach people. Cider is my special client, because he asked me to mentor him. But I don't mentor anybody at all. I don't. So thank you, Cider, and you owe me a lot. I will send you my invoice.
Sure.
Sure. Sorry.
Once the deal is complete.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, and take good care and take it easy. Okay?
Sure.
All right, thank you very much for your call. Okay, good evening, everyone. Alexander, good evening. Muhammad, good evening. And thank you for watching my online virtual store. You can see Wilhelmina, you can watch Wilhelmina. All the procedure is on here. Okay, so may I reiterate it again? Mr. Buyer, if you're scared and you want to use brinks, make sure you understand what you're buying. And no such seller will deal brinks to brinks. The seller has his own shipper. The seller feel comfortable with his own seller, because the seller exported for many years, so he's using the transitor called the shipper. Okay, so the owner of the gold will ask the transitor to process export documentation. Now, how to process an export documentation, it's in here. The process on the export documentation, of course, you have to assay the gold first. You have to test the gold at the local refinery. When you get the assay report, then you have to make down payment. You have to pay the gold, because the transitor or the shipper will not process the export documentation because it costs money. So you have to pay the gold to the owner, so that the owner can give the transitor all the expenses to process and the transitor will process the export documentation on behalf of both buyers and seller. So I hope this buyer that watching me has to understand that you will never get gold LC. Now, there was a Bangladesh guy, and he kept on sending me messages. Okay? He's asking for LC. And he was talking to me for 3 months. He's been wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering. In Africa, there's no way you will get LC. Because you are dealing with a miner that their business is week-to-week transaction. They have the gold, you come, you inspect, you pay, then the seller can buy some rice for their workers and he has to pay the wages to his worker and he has also overhead. But if you keep on asking CIF and then let the seller pay the cost and insurance, to me you're a bigger. If this is the way you think, you are a bigger because you don't have the money. So to apply for the mining license, it takes 12 months to process. And the government will ask the owner of the land, you have to hire the gemologist, you have to put that on project proposal on how many deposit of gold on that land, and you as a joker buyer, you're asking for CIF, you're sitting down in your ass, and then you ask for LC, and it's BLC or standard letter of credit. You're a bigger. Why you're a bigger? If you have the money, you would not do that. Gold is money. So we don't deal biggers here. That is the reason why my seller hired Wilhelmina. I am here to position the productions of African seller. Sellers are richer than you because they have gold, they are in control. There's so many offer, you must remember. They will offer you 27, 28, 29, 30. That miner, they mine the gold into his land because his land is lots of deposit. But the problem is, you're a foreigner. How are you able to take the gold out of the country and you don't have a license? You have to buy the gold to a licensee because there's so many miners that have no license. They are digging there illegally. So they thought that they can sell the gold outside Africa. No, it wouldn't. Mr. Buyer or Mr. Seller, if you're watching me, if you have the gold, it's better to sell it within your country. There is a jewelry maker. They also need gold. So if you just thinking that you're gonna export it and you have no idea what you are going, and then you ask Wilhelmina for help, no, I'm not to help you. I'm not a Salvation Army. I'm not. I am here because my seller pay my work. Okay, I am not giving you for free. My seller hired Wilhelmina and I am charging my seller. This is business. And then you joker broker, you ask, I have the buyer, how much is my commission? No. We rather deal direct to the buyer and the buyer make a profit. And also when I travel, I do charge my extra. So I don't give for free. So those online joker tags then come online looking and collecting information. That is solicitation. I am not soliciting. I am here to position the production of my seller. I handle Sierra Leone, I handle Mali, I handle Conakry. I would know which seller I'm going to put you after my validation. After I'm satisfied. That is why I put everything, the full corporate offer. When you come to Wilhelmina, so I do understand that you understand, and I do understand you digest it properly. If you went to school, as I've said to my previous video, if you went to school, I'm sure you know how to read, and I'm sure you know how to digest it. I am not here to buy your gold. I am here to sell on behalf of my seller. So please, joker broker, if you're agent, This is not for you. And if you don't show your face, there's certain broker like Derek Johnson. He's a gold, and then he keep on attacking Wilhelmina that I'm a scammer. I don't know how much I scam him. He's a stupid guy. So, Mr. Baya, if you see a person doesn't have a profile on his Facebook, that is not a seller. He is a broker. It doesn't matter if he's a broker. That's fine. Everybody has to earn $1. But you, Mr. Broker, whoever you are, you need to be transparent. You need to have a vital information on your profile. What are you selling? Why are you going to hide your face? Why are you going to hide your identity? Why? It's a red flag to Wilhelmina if you hide your identity, because when you come to Wilhelmina, immediately I have to go to your profile. I will look at on your profile, and if I cannot see your profile, to me you're not a buyer. You're just a broker. And when I call you on WhatsApp and you don't open your camera, very strange. It's really very strange. Why are you going to hide your face? Why? If you are dealing $1 million here, you should not hide your face. If you're hiding your face, to me, you're a smuggler. You're unscrupulous. To me, you are a criminal if you're hiding your face. Because to me, I'm not hiding my face. I don't scared. Because the gold is in Africa, not in Australia. I am here to receive your inquiry. I am here to receive your order. Then when you send a letter of intent, then I will send it to the head office. And then I'm going to advise the head office to proceed. But if I don't advise my seller to proceed, then you fail. Because you didn't read the full corporate offer on here. Yeah. So it's really very simple and logic. So don't believe on those thugs that they copied my passport and then they put nasty messages that is scam, is scam, is scam. They are a scammer. The meaning of scam means lied, deceive, manipulate. Those person who hates my God, they're deceiving you guys. Yeah, these thugs. This is the thug that this lady, she attacked me. And she said she's gonna make me famous. Yeah, this lady. She attacked me May 23. And she went to my Facebook page. She copied this one. How do I know? Somebody forwarded it to me. And also this one. This guy. Yeah. She's also thanks. I went to their profile. I look at it. They don't have any. This young guy have a milk in his mouth. Yeah. And Derek Johnson. And this guy, this lady, when I look at her profile, she doesn't have vital information. That is a red flag. And then she accused me. She doesn't even know me. So I don't accuse people. I don't. I just keep it to myself. But if you come to my page and then you put nasty, then I will block you and I will go to your profile and I will see whether you are really a true person. So this is a warning to everyone. Okay? Do not bark to a wrong person. You're barking a wrong person. This lady barking a wrong person. So I'm advising you guys, if you didn't meet the criteria, get out on this business. If you're just brokering. We only deal real buyer. There's so many buyers has been burned out. Okay, so many. 60% of buyers was burned out. Why? Why the buyer was been burned out? He's asking for cheap price. He's asking to buy taxes, pay insurance. It wouldn't work because the Ministry of Mines very, very strict. Why? The government losing $1 million and the government needs to improve their country infrastructure. Okay, so you as a foreigner, you travel, oh, I want to buy gold, I want to pay taxes. You come to Wilhelmina, you wouldn't get gold from us. I'm telling you, I'm warning you 100%. Gold is cash. Gold is money you're buying. You are in business and gold, you're buying money to make money. If you don't have the money, how are you able to make money? Because gold is money. So I hope you understand, Mr. Buyer here, if you're watching. And Mr. Seller, If someone buy gold, don't show that you're hungry. Yeah, whoever the seller watching me, buyers and seller is hungry to buy, seller is hungry to sell, buyer is hungry to buy because that is supply. The buyer has this paper money, but he has no supply. So how that the buyer can function his business if there is no supply? So you, Mr. Seller, you are in control of your supply. You have the minds. The reason why you come online, because we are now on the modern technology. You need to market, you need to position your business. I am here to position. I am helping both buyers and seller here. That is the reason why you saw my online office. You saw Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina is not hiding her face. Why should I? I am here, Mr. Buyer, to help you. Mr. Seller, I hope you also watching the new seller. I know there's so many seller. Well, looking to handle their production, but I'm very very fussy. My services is very unique. Mr. Buyer, you're gonna say, oh, why should I pay you, Wilhelmina? Of course, I have to guide you. Do you think I'm going to give you for free? You become instant millionaire. You are buying gold, that is money. Yeah. Do you think I'm going to travel with you for my own expenses? No. You have to pay for it. That's the reason why I do charge extra. If you read the full corporate offer, there's a saying, don't travel without Tuolamina. If you're really wise and intelligent and you went to school, then you will understand. Then I will believe you are a buyer. Because I have a buyer, I have no problem paying my extra service because I have to accompany the buyer so that the buyer would not be duped, so that the buyer would not frustrated. Because African sellers, also devils, you must remember, Mr. Buyer, we are both foreigner. I am a foreigner and you are a foreigner. But I am here to help both buyers and seller. So don't be scared. Don't say, oh, I might lose money. No, you will not lose money because your money must stay in the bank because the payment must be bank to bank. Okay? You only bring money to make a down payment. To have your commitment is not upfront. You have not seen the gold, so why should you gonna pay upfront? So you have to see the products and you like it in the office based on the contract, then you make a down payment. You will be given a receipt that you make a partial down payment. So you don't be scared. You say, oh, well, I mean, what is my guarantee? The guarantee, I am with you and you're going to meet the seller in the office. My seller will not run away. He wouldn't. That is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, I have to travel ahead of time because I will do the homework for you. Yes, that is why I'm charging my extra. Can you understand that extra? So, if I am not around, yes, the seller will sell his gold 5%. But if I am with you, plus 3% in total of 8%, I put it here, 8%. But if I am with you, I'm sure I might pressure my seller, okay, let's give this buyer 10%. Yeah, because the buyer will buy long term, something like that. But don't bank on it, Mr. Buyer, because you have not introduced yourself. I'm just giving you pre conversation, so don't preempt. Okay, so I think this video is a really good moral to everybody. So Mr. Buyer, if you saw Wilhelmina that someone blogged me, good luck. Don't believe on those thugs because they are been so roaming around and they don't like my guts and the envy. They are not really worth it to deal with, Mr. Buyer. You deal worth it in front of you. The lady in front of you is Wilhelmina. And I can assure you, I can guarantee you my transaction already successful. So I can vouch. I will take you to the head office and I would know which seller I'm going to put you. Once you send a letter of intent to purchase coming from you, you will see the seller because we have to respond to you in a professional way. your order. We will confirm your order. First of all, Mr. Buyer, you read it first. Review it thoroughly. Review it and review it until register that into the back of your head. Your mind has to be properly set, huh? Review and review and review, then understand and then listen to this video. When you are ready, come back and make your reservation, because the price of gold is fluctuate, ups and downs. So we will make it fix if tomorrow, if after the coronavirus will be lifted, because at the moment the world is closed, the international flight. So tomorrow, Conakry Guinea would be open. Go to my page. There is an airline, Air France. Air France will travel to Africa, because Conakry is a French, Burkina Faso is French colony, Somali, Mali, Togo. So on my page, there is a schedule of Air France. I was been given the schedule from the head office. So take time to scroll and go to my page, Wilhelmina Ford Gold and Diamond Mandate. You can see the schedule of Air France, but Dubai is still locked down. Okay? Here in Australia, our international flight is still locked down. So if you are from Europe, you can travel to Conakry. I will monitor your movement because I couldn't be with you, but I will monitor your movement by online. You got my point now, Mr. Baya. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. Alexandra, I will leave you. Muhammad, I will leave you. Those buyers been searching. The video is for everyone. Okay, and have a nice evening. The time here is 9:15. I have to exit early, but I would be invisible on Skype and WhatsApp. I would be on WhatsApp and Skype, but you will not see me live because I have so many people queuing, so I have to give them importance. So, Mr. Buyer, you are important to us, but be transparent as well. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.